Hey, what's up out there? It's the Relentless Hope Podcast. This is David Cravens
And Jahnna
with
Cravens.
my beautiful menopausal
Don't try to play all nice right now, little boy. Don't do it.
hot wifey over there. Hope you guys are doing good. We're back for another episode. Thank you guys, everybody who's been watching, liking, subscribing, sharing. It's been really humbling, I'd say. We've been really thankful for the feedback we've been getting. So thank you guys. So how are you doing over there, Smiley? Little Smiley. How you doing over there, babe?
Good. Just drinking my clean over here
Yes.
after my nice little workout at the gym.
We got a clean cause. There will be a link in the description below where you can get it. It's just clean energy. It's an alternative for people who like energy drinks and coffee, and it really is amazing. I'm not just saying that, but no jitters or crash. I mean, I slam one of these before I go to the gym, and it's better than pre-workout for me.
And ladies, they got one with collagen, and it's delicious.
Yeah, and I've been taking it. Look at them lips.
Make your lips bigger like this.
Look at them lips.
Just kidding.
What makes an ordinary day extraordinary? It's not about holding on to what you know. It's about letting go. Take the leap beyond the familiar. Find what you're searching for. Here's to connection, to exploration, to being alive in the moment. That's what makes a day extraordinary. Behind every ripple and every splash, something refreshing is brewing.
But no, for really, Clean Cause. Check it out. CleanCause.com are in the description below. Put in Relentless Hope. You'll get a discount. Now that we got that out of the way,
go.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Let's get into this. So how you been, babe? How's things going?
Wow. I'd have to say these last 2 weeks have been a little different.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A little challenging.
We've had to do some employee shuffling, we'll call it.
Some rearranging.
Yeah, rearranging. Had to let some people go, which we're a small business, so, small family business. So that put me and you and Jackson. But right from the beginning, me back in the truck full time, which I'm always working. We're always busy. We're always doing something. But that put me not so free where I just got guys out working. I'm actually on every job, which, 10 to 15 hours a day we've been doing. So
absolutely. Well, it impacts your life very differently too, because then you can't focus on music, you can't focus on podcasts, you can't focus on ministry because you're having to put so much into work, and it's exhausting.
Yeah, it took us out of our sync because we kind of had a sync.
Out of our element.
Yeah, the guys kind of were doing work, and then, we were working too, doing our thing. But we had a little routine where we went to the gym. We were always together.
And your gym time's been affected.
Yeah.
And that's very important to us.
The gym is, as for anybody, exercise, especially they tell a lot of people like in recovery or coming off something, or even if you're going through a breakup or divorce or something, getting in the gym is very beneficial because of the endorphins and neurotransmitters and the stuff that it does. So going to the gym or doing DDP.
Yes.
DDPY.com. No. Doing DDP or going to the gym is very therapeutic for me. And I'm already a high-strung guy.
What?
Yeah. So
you?
me not being able to work out. I mean, even though we got workouts in, I got up extra early.
Yeah.
A couple days, made it to the gym.
It's still not the same. Well, yeah, it's not the same because you're not being able to dedicate that time, which also helps you with all the other things in our life. Helps me as well because it just helps you focus a little more, gives you clarity, gives you energy.
Yeah. And it releases stuff. I mean, whenever I leave the gym, I always leave in a good mood. If I even go in there like kind of irritated, upset, when I come out of the gym, I feel better. I feel refreshed. I feel ready to go. Yeah, definitely. So
empowered.
I'd say the last week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever it's been.
2.
Yeah. It also took us out of sync. There's a certain way that we like our relationship. Yes. There's a certain way you had to take Nevaeh.
Take kids.
Yeah, do
Jackson.
Do mom stuff. Jackson running him around and Elijah. And then Nevaeh up in Tampa. So you were gone, which left me and Jackson at home working and doing our thing, which I don't like when you're gone and I'm not. That takes me out of sync. Which
big dog Callie in my spot in the bed.
I have my dog up there. She's up there laying.
Which dogs are not supposed to be on my bed.
Keep me comfortable. Big Connie Corso up there snoring, farting, if you will. But so we had to let an employee go. No hard feelings. It was what it was. It was time for him and us. Chris is still doing good, and then Jackson's working like a man. You know what I mean? 14-year-old kid working like a man. You obviously speeds along. We've had some big jobs. Thank God we've been busy.
Yes.
But
which beats the alternative, because let's just be real, we were slow for a couple weeks, right? Or maybe even like a month and a half, and then that you're just used to a normal flow. So anytime that slows down, I don't care who you are, you're gonna get nervous. It's just human nature. You know? Everybody's
kind of been slow. It's that season kind of thing down here,
and the economy.
People are trying to put groceries in their basket and in their refrigerator, so they're not worried about spending extra money. You know what I mean? So you better get out there and vote, and you better start by voting for Tim Jarrett.
Tim Jarrett.
That's where we're going to start right there. But know who you're voting for and know why you're voting. But because all that makes a difference, know. So it took us out. It's crazy how I'm a creature of habit. Right?
Yeah.
I'm a creature of habit.
I am too, though.
Yeah. That's where we're both a lot alike. We're different in so many ways.
We like what we like.
I like to get up a certain time, and you get up, and then we like to go do this, and then we handle this, and we do this, and then And we got taken out of that. Like you were gone the day, and then I had to go, and then this was going on.
Still booking jobs, by the way.
Still, always working, but just it was different, and I could tell like it affected our relationship a little bit. That quick because we're out of sync, and then so now, you know what I mean? It just wasn't the same. We had like a little different things going on, and I was like, oh man, I don't like this.
No.
You know what I mean? I like my life like that. But isn't that life though? It throws it at you.
It's very much life, and I think that because you're around each other so much and you depend on each other so much, but we depend on each other, I feel like in a healthy way, but if that gets out of sync in any way, then that can cause, other human emotion like anger or, feeling like you're doing everything yourself and where's the other person at? And
the frustration of, it was stressful. Yeah. But everybody's got stressful. I don't want to say like our life's any more stressful than anybody else.
No, but it's a real thing.
I was talking to Josh Nair, something he said to me yesterday. Shout out Josh Nair. You get a lot of shout outs. It's supposed to be on my podcast. Well, I'll leave that out, that conversation, pal. No, I'm just playing. I love you, Josh.
We'll revisit that.
But he was saying, how a lot of people say, oh, man, I'm still working out, but my job's really getting my body. Excuses. He's like, you guys really got excuses, like doing 5 pool tables in one day at 50. Good looking 50. How you doing over there, Miss Diana? You all right over there?
Diana don't feel good.
Yeah. Shout out to Diana on the controls. She's coming from being sick. Look at her. She's gangster. Loyal.
Devoted.
Ready to work. Devoted.
I'm wearing all
that's for the girl on the controls, Miss Diana, who we love.
That's right.
But so, he was saying you guys really do a stressful job and physical. The job we do is very physical.
It's physical. Not only that, but it's mental too, because your phones never stop. So you're trying to do your jobs while you got people calling. You're trying to book jobs. Then you got other people that are high maintenance. Let's just keep it real and take a lot of extra. And that can it just causes stress.
Yeah. So, doing pool tables is something that's like not against any other trade, but say you're a gutter guy. Say you hang gutters, right? While you're putting the gutter up, a guy doesn't walk outside and go, yep, put myself through college putting gutters up, unless he was a gutter man. Do you know how many Willie Moscone or Minnesota Fats I meet that come out and tell me, yep, ran a 100-ball rack one time against Willie Moscone, or, everybody knows something about pool tables. Yeah, everybody did the same
Willie
exact
gets around,
story.
my guy.
But, everybody knows how to put a pool table together. Their brother did a pool table. Their uncle owned a pool hall.
But yet they're calling us.
But if they're standing there watching you, so you've got something that's on a floor in a house that you didn't pour the floor, you didn't build the house,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't build the pool table. You got to put all of it together and make a ball roll on it. And somebody sitting there critiquing you the whole time,
watching you,
and a brand new pool table, add money and all that. So it can be a little,
while your phone's ringing the whole time.
yeah, a little stressful sometimes, but
just a little bit.
Thankful for the work. So last couple weeks have took us out and then bring it to the podcast, our music, our ministry. There's some things that we're just, people are trying to get a hold of us, or people want us to go do things or doing this that we just can't
do.
Go do.
And I think that's probably one of the hard things for us too, because that is kind of a release for us both. We did get in the studio. We nailed it.
Yeah, we did
quick.
get it. We got a new song down there that we just recorded that just got released. We'll be doing a music video when we get to come here and be with Miss Diana and come down to the.
It's kind of a release,
The podcast is
something different.
Is something, and we're giving hope, and we're getting to share our story and do our thing. So, a lot of people go, "Oh, are you guys going to be traveling here and doing this?" I'm like, "Man, I can't." You know what I mean?
I know so many people are asking me, "What are you guys doing this summer?" Well, we're taking care of 3 kids.
Yeah, we're taking care. We're working.
Put food on the table.
And they're like, "Are you going to be doing any music?" Like, so maybe you come here. I'm like, just at this time we can't do it. But I believe that God's going to open up the doors. And there's things happening in the background. Like I said, the podcast is doing way better. I thought we might get some views, and I thought some people, but our subscribers are going up. People are liking it. We're getting good feedback. Right. So we're really grateful about that.
I mean, they like us?
Yeah, they
really like us?
And the music stuff is, still popping off, and people wanting to hear our story, and people wanting us to come places. We just can't do it right at this time. So
I think the thing for us both too is we feel like if we're not helping somebody, then what's our purpose? Both of us are very much goal oriented that way. We have to be helping somebody somewhere.
Well,
I feel like we're in mundane routine life.
Yeah, well, our whole thing is to help people and share hope. So, sometimes people, I've had people say, "You guys should just go into full-time ministry. Like, just do it." And don't get me wrong, I want to. And when God opens that door, we'll walk into it. But, man, don't work, you don't eat. And when you got a family sometimes, and I'm not saying about you can't trust God and step out and all that. But, you got to do what you got to do sometimes too. And so I think all in all, I was a little grouchy these last couple of weeks. I was, I was stressed out. I was irritated, and that's no excuse, but.
No, but that's real life though.
Anytime, and
you're tired and you're putting your body through things. And then, if I'm doing something else, then, you're used to me being there, and I can pick up the slack of, let's say tools.
You keep it moving.
Yeah, whatever. So, and that's just become our life. We're better together than we are apart.
Oh,
so we're just a better
Way
team.
better together. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, you don't make me smack you over here. So, it just makes things, it throws us off balance, throws us off sync, like you said.
Yeah. And I was really out of sync, which brings me to it. Like, it's crazy how the person that's closest to you, when you get out of sync, we both did this. Yeah. We started playing the blame game like that.
You take it out quick, on that person.
Like all of a sudden I'm like, well, I know you had to go, you're actually, the man is supposed to take care, you're always with me working. So our relationship, maybe Sally and Tom's, whoever that is, I don't know if that's real people, but
what you doing, Sally?
maybe their life is different. Like Tom's an accountant and Sally's a nurse or a school teacher, and they go here and then they come, and then on the weekends that's not our life. You know
Sally
what I mean? We're moving pool tables today. We're doing podcasts this day. We're in the studio. Then we're going here to share our story, and then so it's a life we chose, and I love it. But it was I just realized how quick of even that stuff that you still need to work on. Like our marriage is not perfect by no means. No marriage is.
There is no perfect.
But marriage. we've came a long ways in certain things that doing, and then you realize the stuff that you still need to tune up, and why you're still doing marriage classes, and why you're still listening to marriage sermons, and why you're still trusting in God and trying to grow and reading books. And you've been reading, Ted Cunningham's book again. I think you've read it a couple
From
times.
Anger to Intimacy.
Anger to Intimacy. And that's a big word. I said intimacy. And
you did it so good.
But it showed me though, like last week, how quick we started going, well, I was like, well, I know I'm sorry. I've been up since 3:30 working. And I'm saying, making snarky comments.
Yes.
Realizing, and you're like, well, maybe if you did laundry, right, or whatever, realizing that you were doing your job. You drop everything to take the kids somewhere and drive up there and do all this so Nevaeh could have a good time at a concert and be around her friends and
something.
And then Jackson, I seen you after you worked all day. You drove him so he could go to the movies with his girlfriend.
Behind him. That's the first time I've ever been to the movies by myself.
I didn't go to the movies, guys. I was tired. I was romantic.
So I sat behind my son and his girlfriend.
So she chaperoned.
Yes, to make sure everything was kosher.
Which he's an awesome kid, by the way.
I had a bunch of yahoos behind me and to the side of me.
Oh, she was in a movie by herself. But, so it was quick, though, how we started turning on each other. That quick, the person closest to you, right?
It's so true. And I was reading how, it's like you get angry. And then, anger is really just a self-centered emotion.
Well, yeah.
Really.
Well, there's an underlying, there's something underneath
You're angry because you're feeling like your needs aren't getting met, or, it always has something to do with you. So I'm really trying to understand that you're tired, you're having to do a lot of physical things that are very taxing, know?
Yeah, not everybody. I mean,
let's just be honest.
Not every pool table guy can move 5 pool tables in a day.
Or cover rails.
Yeah,
and your back's
I've already worked 4 hours before we even leave before the work day.
Right.
Just facts. I'm not saying that I'm.
No, absolutely. And you're grouchy and you're tired.
I'm tired.
Absolutely, and you're out of your element because now you can't go to the gym and there's things that you really want to be doing. So I try to really have patience with that. Don't get it twisted, okay? Because
don't turn the air conditioner above 60 below Fahrenheit, or we're gonna have some problems. My sister and Jahnna like to freeze the place out because of their menopause.
Menopause is no joke, buddy. Listen, if I'm not sleeping because I'm waking up with hot sweats, and then you want to come at me sideways because you're grouchy, let's put the boxing gloves on.
Oh my goodness! No people were hurt during the filming of this podcast.
But it's just real life.
No,
it's
and people want to act like, oh, me and my spot. Man, come on, dude. If you're not, that's because you're not. It came down and a dove showed me that my spouse was. Maybe if you can do that, I'm going to sit with you and learn because I'm trying to learn
More
that.
Power to you.
But yeah, so going through that. But one thing about us, we learned to pivot and shift and get back in it. It was like, hey.
Yeah, you did really good yesterday because I'm not going to lie, I was super frustrated and I was tired and I'm dealing with Elijah and I'm dealing with phone calls and I'm dealing with booking. I'm dealing with customers that are high maintenance and like, Lord Jesus. I'm ready to start smoking. Not for real, they're disgusting, but yeah. So, and then you come home and here you come. I was like, okay.
And no, what happened was I went to work. She was at home working and doing that. And I was like, all right, let's meet at the gym now. After I'd moved 2 pool tables. And then we got the times crossed. And I got I guess we ain't going to the gym.
That was my fault. Yes.
And
because I'm answering phone calls and trying to book the jobs and get people on the schedule. And
I think a lot of times too, it's like we've worked so hard in our life. Our life was the unclosest thing to being routine than you've ever seen. Yeah. Like there was no routine in our life. No routine. Like the only routine was what time the dope man came and dropped dope off. That was the only routine that I had in my life.
Bedtime.
Yeah, there was no bedtime. There was no get up time. We just stayed up.
There was moonshine in the freezer.
You know what I mean? So we worked so hard to have a healthy relationship, a healthy family, routines, structure. Balance, that when it gets off a little bit, I have like this fear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not a fear like I'm going to go back out there. No. It's like, man, I don't like this.
It's just uncomfortable.
Yeah, I like it when I know this is going to happen and I don't want to get off of it because you worked hard and it's just like it's like eating. It's like
it's
working out. It's like reading the Bible.
Yeah.
It's like how you talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you let it go a little bit, then it goes a little bit and a little bit and a little
too,
bit.
it's knowing that you have all these needs, right? You have needs and you have things that need to be met, and sometimes, man, there's just not enough time in the day when you're trying to do all this.
And that's something we need to work on, that neither one of us and is like when it's 6 o'clock, and we learned this at Huffman's, the 420 seminar and some. It's like when the phone's done, the phone's done. And I told you lately, I've been like, hey, after 6, I'm done, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Right.
Even on my personal stuff. So if I didn't answer you out there, or you text me and I didn't get back to you, it's nothing personal.
I was sleeping.
Yeah, but I'm getting to where when it's time to be done,
you have to be able to
time
decompress.
To be done.
You have to, because otherwise you're just taking that on to the next day.
Yeah,
and your brain's so cluttered and just, you know what I mean. So yeah, I have to. That's so important for me. I don't care if I'm just sitting there watching a motivational thing or something. I just have to decompress and not have to answer any questions, not have to talk to anybody.
Well, it's the thing, like even me getting up and reading the books and the Bible and how I was doing it, I was so tired physically. My body was so tired that
you were getting up at 3:30 in the morning covering a set of rails.
Yeah, I was so like, man, dude, I can tell I missed that. I missed that repetition and that thing that I do, So the good thing about getting off routine is that you can get right back on routine.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So if you fall off, you get back on. Right.
One thing they always told me in Teen Challenge, and man, it's so true. And it's simple, but it's so true. Like if you always need to make your bed, and you always need to start your day with devotion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so true. If I don't make my bed, and you know this, I'm in a chaotic state of mind. I put my pillows on my bed, all 800 of them that you don't like, but they got to get on there, buddy.
That is a lot of pillows.
Let's be for real. There's 6 pillows.
There's a lot of pillows that are on there that takes a while to get off for me. I just start throwing them.
3.
But the good thing about, like you said, that is a good routine. I'm not big on making beds, but you make the bed so good. Because if I do make it, you just remake it. So I let you make it. Yeah. I'm that kind of guy. You know what I mean? I'm a giving guy. Like, if you want to just make the bed, I'm going to let her make the bed. Because if I make the bed, I didn't put the pillows in the right place. I didn't pull the...
well, no, the pillows don't belong on top of your hats, my guy. They belong on the beds.
I don't put the pillows the right place. I don't do it right, so she redoes it anyway.
I appreciate that.
But no, that's the good thing about when you get off routine, you can get back on. You know what I mean? And that's one thing they do say in the DDPY, like communities, like if you fall off, get up tomorrow and get back at it again. And that's kind of what we do in life. You know what I mean?
And here's a great thing about life is every day is a new day.
Mm-hmm.
It's another chance to start over. Okay, so there was something about yesterday I didn't like, or I didn't handle something the way I should have. But it's great because it's a new day. Oh, yeah, and I was trying to give you props before because I was sitting out front in the rocking chair after I'd booked several jobs and decompressed, and you came out and said you were sorry, even though I told you shut up.
It's something, guys, you need to practice, and it's apologizing.
Yeah. Even
if you feel you were right, there was somewhere in there you were wrong. And whether I was right or wrong, the situation, I don't remember what it was now, but I've learned that
you're mad at me.
That's something that's something that we learned in counseling too.
Yes.
Is that
there's always
some way I could have handled it, even if I'm right about the situation. And I'm trying to do that even with our ex-employee. Like, I don't feel I was certainly wrong the way the things went. Right. And at one time, it might have went a different way for him. You know what I'm saying? Just saying.
I think God was in the corner.
Love you, buddy, but it could have went a different way. But
yeah, but you handled it.
I was very, very
professional,
proud of myself. Because at one time, if somebody had gotten in my face, I would have hit them and not even thought twice about it. Not even thought twice about a lawsuit, suing, whatever. I'd have dropped him like a bad habit, or he would have had to drop me like a bad habit. I've been dropped before too. But the thing is, you know, even after I thought about that and that whole heated situation was over and how it went, I thought somewhere along the way I've been wrong, or I handled it wrong, or maybe what I said, and ended it on a good note. Hey man, no harm, no foul.
Which
yeah.
shows growth.
Even my other employee, Chris, who's you'll get a chance to meet. He's going to be on here. Who's been with us for a while. He probably has to deal with me. Only other person deals with me more is Jahnna than him. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Man, boss," he's like, I I thought it was going to go sideways. You know, I was really proud of you that how you handled. If that had been you a year ago or 2 years ago, it would have been, you know, on. And that's juvenile, but, you know, that's kind of the way I was raised. But that's where you break that stuff off of you, because I don't want my kids to handle everything. We've already had one handle it like that this year. We won't say which one, but, you know.
the girls, boys, they like to fight.
Back to what I was saying. In our relationship, I knew that even though I was irritated at the situation, I need to come out and apologize because I didn't handle it the way it was. And that's growth in our marriage. And that, look how quick it was over.
Yeah.
At one time, we might not have talked 2 days over that.
And I hadn't eaten yet, and I was hungry, and I had Elijah running in my ear and that in the phones. So, yeah, I'm proud of you for that. And that's another thing I always learn, another TC. Full of TC little sayings today, but another was always remain teachable and remain humble. And humility is such a good thing.
That's just a Jesus thing, but you learned it in TC, but that's the Bible.
That's where I learned it, my guy. That's where I learned it.
Yeah,
but it's so true. It's just to stay humble, because you're right. We always do something. We could have always handled it somewhere differently, and nobody's completely right.
Nobody's got it figured out, and somewhere in the situation or the conversation, we did something,
and then we show our kids this is how you're supposed to handle a situation. You know, you might be frustrated, you might be upset for a second, but you apologize, right?
Yeah,
and then go eat.
I've even trying to work on that with Jackson. You know, Jackson he's soft-hearted, but I mean he's pretty well work-wise for a 14-year-old kid. I mean, the lady told him yesterday when we got done, she said, "Young man, I want to tell you something. I don't see many kids your age working like that and working along your dad."
Jackson gets compliments all the time.
And how you were working and just staying busy and doing your thing. But sometimes I got to remember he's 14 and he's my kid, because when I work a certain way, and some people can handle it, some people can't. And I push a certain way and I do things, and I had to tell him, "Hey, good job, buddy. You did good. I wasn't, trying to get on to you or whatever, So.
Yeah, because here's the thing too, is, we might get upset for a second. And you're real good about this, is you'll get upset for a second and then you come out of it. But unfortunately, on the other side of that, we get a little more, we get a little stunned for a second, and Jackson does too.
Yeah.
Although he knows how to keep going and keep working, he's still very soft-hearted.
Yeah.
It'll hurt him for a second. So then it takes him a little while to get out of that. And I'm like that too. Jackson's like me in that aspect,
Well, they better not work for Big Dave and Arlen.
Guess what, Big Dave and Arlen?
No, I'm just saying. But, so that's all growth. And
It is.
What makes an ordinary day extraordinary? It's not about holding on to what you know. It's about letting go. Take the leap beyond the familiar. Find what you're searching for. Here's to connection, to exploration, to being alive in the moment. That's what makes a day extraordinary. Behind every ripple and every splash, something refreshing is brewing.
And if you get anything out of this podcast besides that we're a couple wackadoodles just going through life and had a crazy couple weeks, it's that really, it's okay to say sorry. It's okay to have bad moments. Life's stressful sometimes.
Absolutely.
Things happen out of your control. But always, whenever you have something happen, realize that you wasn't perfect. Even if you were right. There's times I've been right. If we went by facts, I was right, but it don't mean I handled the situation right. And vice versa. There's been times you were right that I'm swearing up and down I'm right, but don't mean you handled the situation.
Right.
And so with everything that happened and everything, we had that argument yesterday, but it ended as quick as it started, because you went outside, you decompressed, did your thing, I came out and apologized, and then we went and got something to eat, and then we was a lot better. Then we went and ate, and we all felt better. And we got up this morning, did our DDP, got up extra early, and then went to the gym, and then we're down here with Miss Diana.
And then what happened? We went to the gym, we saw Brandon.
We saw our whole crew there, everybody there, and they've been missing us because we've either been going really early or later, so we've been missing them. And
or if we got to go.
Yeah, or if we missed it. We only really missed one day, though, last week out of the gym. No, we missed one because we went on a Saturday. Yeah.
2 times.
Yep. So, we got to see him, so that made us feel better. So remember, it's okay to apologize first. I remember there's a quote that says, the one who apologized first is the most mature. I'm sorry. No,
and the strongest.
Yeah,
and
the strongest. That's what it is. Maybe not the most mature, the strongest relationship. And I tried to perfect that because my mom I've seen that lady apologize for stuff that's not her fault. That's one big quality my mom has. She'll to make peace. She'll say, "Well, I'm sorry." I'm like, "It's not your fault. Why are you apologizing?"
Yeah.
But that's a good quality to have because somewhere along there's something we could have did different.
Absolutely.
So remember, RelentlessHopeMusic.com. Get you one of these Relentless Hope Power Couple powered by God. Plus, there's other merchandise, hats. There's a link in the description below. Drink Clean Cause, Healthy Energy. Link in the description below. It really is good, and it's good for you. Stay relentless out there, and we love y'all. Anything you have to say, beautiful?
Have a great week.
Peace.